Well, I think the illegal immigrants that are coming in, flooding our state from the wide open borders, should go to those communities that declared themselves as sanctuaries. And New York City, with great fanfare, said they're a sanctuary city. A lot of our urban areas followed suit and said, oh, we're sanctuary cities. We love immigrants, whether they're legal or not. And so I think the best aspects of a democracy is that you try to give people what they ask for. And New York City asked for them. Some of the other urban areas asked for them. And they should be glad to welcome them. On the other hand, a lot of the rest of the states support our United States Constitution and the rules that are adopted by our Congress. And we recognize that in order to have an essential democracy and a country, you need to have secure borders. And so for those areas that supported the efforts to secure our southern border and to support lawful immigration, and who oppose the sanctuary cities or the sanctuary county virtue signaling, they should not be forced to accept illegal immigrants against their will. Both the Senate and the Assembly have supermajorities with the Democrats, and those supermajorities are controlled by legislators out of New York City. Now, even though those legislators are all virtue signaling that they love illegal immigrants and they want to have sanctuary city, they're also getting incredible pressure to do the exact opposite by shipping those people out of their sanctuary city into those areas that aren't sanctuary counties. Well, the whole reason we support legal immigration is because with legal immigrants, when they come in, from the day they arrive, they can work. And they can be given Social Security numbers. They get a green card that authorizes them to work. We know before they are admitted legally that they've had a criminal background check and a health check. And so those are the very people that we want to come into the United States. People who we know are law-abiding, people we know that are healthy, and people we know that want to contribute back to their own community by working. The problem with illegal immigrants is there's no background check. They don't have respect for the law because they came here illegally. There's no health check, and the federal government won't let them work. And if a U.S. employer hires them, the U.S. employer could face serious sanctions. So they are just a burden, unfortunately, a burden on the communities that they come to. So I hope you appreciate. I fully support legal immigration and actually started my legal career doing legal immigration work. But just opening the borders and letting people come across without clearing them, without doing a legal background check, and then putting them in communities that cannot support them and don't get state aid or federal aid to do it is a real serious mistake. Well, the state legislature is not scheduled to come back into session for the next several months. And we'll see what happens in the meantime. As you know, of course, Governor Hochul and, of course, Mayor Adams in New York City are pushing the Biden administration very, very hard for financial support. The budget that was just adopted by the state legislature included $1 billion of New York State taxpayer funds to help illegal immigrants in New York City. But it included nothing, zero, no money whatsoever for the rest of the state. And so when the mayor says, oh, we can't house all these people, we got to send them upstate. Well, he didn't have any problem taking the $1 billion that went to New York City at our expense and nothing for us to help care for these people. So, I think that right now the mayor's focus and the governor's focus is on the Biden administration. Hopefully the Biden administration will start to secure our border and do exactly what the previous administration was doing, which was to secure it and promote lawful immigration. It's very important for the general public because when you have a flood of people who are unable to work legally and they come into a community, it puts a huge, huge stress on all the systems, all the social welfare systems, the healthcare systems, the housing situation. It's a huge issue.
And it'll continue to contribute to driving people out of the state, won't it?
Absolutely, because it's driving up the cost of everything. It drives up your taxes. As I mentioned, there was over $1 billion in taxes that went to New York City, and that's just a tip of the iceberg. It drives up housing prices. It makes fewer rooms available for visitors from outside our state that want to come and stay in a hotel, and now the hotels are being filled by people who aren't paying and aren't contributing to the economy. So it has a ripple effect throughout the economy, and it's not a positive effect. Well, I would absolutely recommend that people call the governor's office and text her, and if you just type in Governor Hochul, you'll come up with a contact page. Now, she doesn't read any of them. I mean, not one of them, I don't think, but her staff do, and her staff report to her how many contacts they've had. And so I would start out by sending an email or text or calling the governor's office and explain your concerns over higher taxes, higher housing, and her huge burden it has on local governments and in your local community. I would also, though, recommend that you call your congressman. In this area, it's Congressman Nick Langworthy. He's very supportive of having a secure border, but he needs to know that there are people behind him that are supporting him and that are urging the federal government to take a responsible role and secure our borders.